Do you have any thoughts about the recently released Breath of Fire 4 by GOG? Well, apparently it's some kind of like what Sony usually does with first party games on their console. Like they just upscale the graphics, added some small quality of life features, and that's it, right? From what I heard, it's a port where the graphics look upscaled, and then it's got like fast forward and stuff like that. Am I correct? I didn't pay that much attention to it because since Breath of Fire 4 is a game that it's so easy to emulate nowadays, I was like, okay, I mean, it's great news for people who don't emulate, and it's great for the series, I guess. I don't think it means a revival or anything, and if it ever gets revived, Capcom is Crapcom nowadays. Super woke. So imagine a new Breath of Fire, man. Ooh, oh my god, I don't want that. But yeah, I guess for you Steam players who don't like emulation, good news for you. You know, but did you know that you can play the game no problem? And you've been able to do so since like for 20 years? A potato computer from 1998 can play it no problem? I'm not cheating on it, it's good news, you know? I'm not gonna say I'm happy because I don't really care, you know, but I care about the fact that Capcom released it with some small quality of life features. That they didn't just port it like, oh, let's just release the game on Steam and that's it, do nothing. Well, they didn't do that. They upscaled the graphics a little bit and some quality of life features in there, so, you know, it's cool. I hope they do the same with Breath of Fire 3, right? What's surprising is that I don't understand the reason why they released that game on Steam and not on consoles, right? Because maybe they want to remaster it on consoles, like do a proper remaster, maybe. I'm just speculating, okay? No one's ever said anything about the Breath of Fire 4 remaster. No companies have said that, you know, but why will you? It's just such an unusual thing. It usually happens the other way around. A game gets released on Steam first and then gets ported to consoles, right? And now this game has been like stuck on the PS1 and PS3, PS Vita, the PlayStation Store from like 20 years ago, since forever. And instead of doing a Switch or PS5 port, even if it's just digital, no, they went for Steam only. Isn't that like strange? Why will they do that? Well, like I said, you know, good for you, Steam players. That's great news. Hope you enjoy the game because it's really fucking good. And I hope they didn't censor anything. Well, actually, the original PS1 version was censored. I made a video, in case you're interested. It's called 10 Things You Didn't Know About Breath of Fire 4. That was many years ago. And I covered the censorship the PS1 original version had. So I imagine this Steam version is also just a censor. So, great. Now really good news. Video game companies don't want you to emulate their games. They want you to play them and pay for them. So they are remastering them. Even if it's lazy. Because people are going to buy their games and their remakes and their remasters. Because there's a lot of consumerism, super hardcore nowadays, of mindless consumerism of video games. And video game companies know that. So they're trying to capitalize on that stupidity. So that's why there's a lot of remakes and remasters nowadays. But you talk to them and they're like, oh, it's about preserving a game and it's about bringing it back for the fans. Yeah, that's fucking hypocrisy, and we all know that, you know. What these companies are doing is simply capitalizing on your nostalgia, you know, because you just don't want to emulate. Especially AAA developers, that's right. And also that's a third reason, too many remasters because game developers run out of ideas. I can't blame them because there's just too much competition nowadays. It's like YouTube videos, you know, making a YouTube video nowadays. Like, I imagine a lot of people see my top 10s or my videos and they're like, oh, this is something that we've seen before. Where I was one of the first ones to do it, but they don't know that, you know. But nowadays, everybody rips me off, everybody rips everybody off. And in the video game industry, it's the same. Everything's done. Everything is so overdone. Everybody and their mom is making video games nowadays, so I can't blame them, you know. Every fucking idea they probably come up with is like, oh man, I have this new idea. and then some guy says, you know, in the same team, there's this and this and this in that game that already did it. Oh, okay. What about this idea? This and this and this and this in that game already did it. Seriously? And then we got a lot of censorship, you know. And also we got a lot of these developers and publishers who want to bring back these games to release the censored version for modern audiences, you know. It's like, oh, the normal gamers already got these lunar versions many years ago, but we need a version for the modern audiences, so let's grab that, remaster it, and sell it to the modern audiences with a lot of censorship, you know, because they will buy it. That's also another reason why there's so many remakes and remasters, because these mafias, you know, these fucking BlackRock, Vanguard, Sweet Baby, you know, are pushing hard with this, even though they shouldn't be able to anymore, you know, but they're still doing that, you know, like inserting all of this goddamn bullshit again. You know, it's like, yeah, remaster everything, but we weren't planning on remastering or remaking that game. We'd rather do a new game. No, remaster all the old games and insert politics in them. Lunar is not remastered. Basically, did you watch my review? Yeah, basically. It's like Valkyria Chronicles on PS4, remember that? I was like, Sega, this isn't really a remaster, it's just a port with upscale, I mean, what? Good old Sega.